Not sure. I think it's going to rain today, but it looks nice right now. Um, Bit chilly outside, but you get that. I'm just waiting for. Ah, there we go. All right. Looks like it might work today. Looks like it's a little bit fast. Let's just see if anybody jumps on and says hello, and I get it. All right, so welcome to Monday, the 28th of July. Can you believe it's almost August? August. Like, seriously. Anyway, so I thought I would just quickly pull this card before I start my narrative. Oh, this card. This one particularly. All right, let's have a look. All right, I've got two people. Oh, that means it's working. If I can see that there's two people here, then it's working. I did think it looked. Ah, Alicia! There she is. Hello, how are you? All right. The card that I drew out first was the manifestation cards. All right, so your heart is the seat of your power. Thank you, Leo Sun. Here's a way to instantly stop a downward negative spiral. Focus on your heart. Breathe in deeply. Keep focusing on your heart and concentrate on the feeling of love in your heart. Good morning, Helen. Breathing out while keeping, oh, okay, repeat this several times. You will feel more peaceful and you will feel lighter, and the negative thoughts and feelings will have stopped. This could not have been any more perfect. Good morning, Kath. Good morning, Simone. How are you? All right, and the reason why I'm saying that, is because the moon today in Virgo is moving towards the south node all day. All right, so we've got moon, south node, Mars. All right, all in Virgo. So now the moon in Virgo is, it wants to focus on things that are good for it. So health, self-care. Good morning, Chrissy Lee. How are you? So yeah, health, self-care, service to yourself and others, routines, rituals. All right. So good morning, Julie. So now it can be very finicky and frustrated, all right, because the moon is also touching Mars, all right. So the best way that you could handle this energy is to make sure that you are present in yourself, all right? So we're paying attention to any of those little niggles, frustrations, so that we can breathe and keep ourselves accountable, so we're not mouthing off because we're frustrated or tired or not feeling the best. Maybe our inner critic is a little bit hyperactive today. Virgo tends to do that because it's not good enough, it's not clean enough, it's not the way it should be, all right? With remembering Mercury ruling the moon retrograde in Leo, who's already a little bit depleted and moving closer to the sun. Anyway, so making sure that that sun in Leo is your heart-centered focus, all right? So paying attention to your physical symptoms and that your mental or your cognitive narrative, just remember to just pay attention. Do you really believe the waffle that you tell yourself? And also, would you say the same things to a small child or someone that you loved dearly? All right, so just remember that. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You spent 4 days in hospital. Oh, okay. Well, I hope that you heal well, and yeah, so go get that Louise Hay stuff out. All right. So for the words for today, I have written to channel any frustration. Oh, come on, where are you? All right, so channel any rising frustration into something productive, like exercise, hence moon moving towards Mars, decluttering, reorganizing, or revisiting spaces, physical or emotional, that you have been avoiding. Mercury, once again, is peering into Pluto's hidden realms. All right, so we already had this Mercury, I think it was around the 29th of June. And, all right, so we've been there. Sorry. Oh my God, my eyes are so bad right now. All right, so Pluto's hidden realms. So buried truths or forgotten details may emerge with intensity. It could feel a little brutal, like seeing the truth without a filter. All right. So now a tip, if you do get into that decluttering space, is to make a maybe pile. All right. You don't want to toss out something important in a moment of impatience, especially since Mercury will return to this same territory on the 22nd of August. All right. Good morning, Amy. Excellent, frustration worked out. Good morning, Paulette. Hello, hello. How are you? So yeah, it could just be one of those, frustrating sort of day, but not, like I said with the maybe pile. And in the beginning, I was like, just be really self-aware of, you know, when we start to feel yuck, or when we get into that loop in our heads, we gotta. This is the work. This is doing the work. Doing the work is going, I'm sorry, I've grown past that, or and the health aspects of the daily routines and rituals. We want self-care. We don't want deprecation. That's the right word. So, all right. So, because also in the sky, now Venus, even though she's not ruling anything right now, she is square to Saturn and Neptune. All right. So, relationships at the moment, Venus is in the last degrees of Gemini. All right. Remember, being ruled by that Mercury who's retarded backwards. And so, you know, how is she communicating with people that are important to her? All right. So maybe she's trying to reestablish a better foundation, Saturn, when it comes to people interacting with her, Saturn in Aries. All right. So there's that, it's about the individual. Sorry, I'm not being a little bit low tongue tied today, but it's because there's like, there might be some hard issues to deal with, aka Virgo and Venus square Saturn. However, she is also sextile Chiron. All right. So this is moving towards the fact that Chiron is going to go retrograde on Thursday. All right. So Chiron is stationary. So those wounds around the individual, and also those things that are worth fighting for, both Saturn and Neptune. Venus wants to talk about those things, but like me right now, the words might not be coming freely, but it's definitely something that is important and needs to come out. However, we've been here once, all right, with Mercury opposing Saturn. It's only going to come back to within 2 degrees. So it doesn't make that the opposition exactly again, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to still be strong enough to sort of see those stories playing out again, all right, because he is playing in the shadows. And then, a lot of this stuff is very faith-based, sort of, because that's a moon conjunct the south node opposition north node. All right, so there is that opposing factor that is positive. That's going to be at about 6:30 p.m. All right, but Venus just wants to heal. All right, the Chiron, and how is that happening? Hang on a minute, let me just check something. That doesn't actually make sense. How is Venus both sextile and square? Oh yeah, okay, because one's at one side of the, okay, so Chiron is at 27, and Saturn and Neptune are at 1. So sorry, that didn't make sense for a second, but then I had to look and it does make sense. Does this make sense for you? Am I just like making no sense at all today? I feel like that's the case. All right, so what else is happening? All right, so now the moon is also square Hygeia at 11 p.m. So when you are taking into consideration the moon is coming up to conjunct Mars, please be very careful with your exercise. Please be very observant of where you are walking, and like your actual physical space. Oh my God. You know what? Let me just pull a card. I think I just dropped all my cards all over the floor. I'm going to be doing 42 pickup, because not all of them are on the floor. I'm having a great day, guys. How's this for professionalism? All right. Just all right. And maybe this is what I mean by paying attention to where you're at. It might be one of those days. All right, let's just pull a card. All right. All right, so we had that watch your heart space for the other one. Oh, the wheel. All right, you know what? Things are playing out. All right, so maybe you just need to let things exactly that play out. Um, you know, oh my God, I just dropped that card too. Oh my God. So when I said watch what you're doing, watch your feet, I think I'm talking to myself today. All right, so the wheel. I like this because it might feel bumpy, it might feel like you can't speak up, but there are definitely things that need to be addressed because you are going to counteract any of those negative self-talks with, I have faith that these things will work themselves out. All right. So yes, Venus might be squaring Neptune, but the work still needs to be done. All right. We still need to be having conversations. We need to allow things to just play out as they will. Pay attention to what your physical body and your space is telling you and just think into it. Oh my God, that's me, guys. What do you reckon? Is anybody feeling like this, or is it just me tripping over myself and dribbling? All right. Oh, I don't know. Am I frozen? Did I say hello, everyone? Okay, that's me, guys. All right. Can somebody put something in the chat so I can see that I'm not frozen? Otherwise, I'm going to go and pick up all of my cards on the floor. Ah, there we go. Thank you. All right, guys. I am going into town. Actually, I'm just going to give you a little heads up. Tomorrow looks like it's going to be a complicated day. All right. Um, so good morning, Steph, how are you? All right, so if today you're going to start paying attention to these things that are unwinding, all right, and we're doing the work. So remember, you can also do the mental decluttering. The more you address issues today, the less you're going to have to be emotionally connected with them tomorrow. All right, so let this be a process of, I know there's more coming. How's that for a heads up? There is more coming. So address these things while they are small, and you can use little words to express small feelings rather than waiting for that moon to get too close to Mars and we're exploding. All right. So allow the little bits of pent up energy out while they are small rather than tomorrow. All right. Because the moon is conjunct Mars tomorrow at 4:30 a.m. All right. So this frustration or this feeling angsty is only going to grow. All right. So just be aware and say words while they're small or in the moment. And don't fear, because that South Node needs you to address these things so you can release them, because it is better for you to let them out than hold them in. Okay? Now I'm going. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. I hope you all have a fabulous day and your words come out easily. See ya.